Well, hello once again, folks. How are you all doing? This is the Hornby 9F that was very kindly donated to me by Toby a wee while ago. It was. I'll put a link in the description for when I gave this the once over, got it going again. Very nice locomotive. So thanks once again to Toby for giving it to me. Now, he got in touch with me recently to say he had something else he would like to send me. It was given to him and he didn't really have much use for it, so he asked if I would like to have it. So here it is. Let's go and open this up and have a look. So this is the R2329M. It's the Thames-Clyde Express train pack, and it features a Britannia class locomotive called the Dornoch Firth. I've been after a Britannia class locomotive for a while, so really appreciate this donation. Let's get a look at it. Take the lid off. So there is the certificate of authentication. This was one of a limited production run of 1500, and this is number 364. Right, let's get a look at it. Now, I think Toby did say that he reckoned the coaches in here were not the original coaches, or at least one of them is not the original coach. That out the way, and there it is. So 2303, I'm guessing is that 2nd of March 2003 when this came out. All the usual info there about where to oil it and stuff. Alright, okay, so yeah, the coaches are different. This is a BR Maroon brake coach. And this one doesn't have a badge in it. So that's got Hornby made in China. This one just has Hornby. And that's got a buffer missing. That's not a problem. We can sort that. Nice coaches though. They'll go with my other BR Maroons. What we got in here, we've got detail pack. We've got a headboard. Thames-Clyde Express. Attach headboard to locomotive front using blue tack. I'll use black tack, thank you. And we've got some wheels, which I guess are to go on the coaches because these wheels are a bit naff. Right, okay, let's have a look at this. Let's get tender out first. All looks okay. Get that out carefully. We've got sprung buffers. Yep, that all looks okay. So we're going to stick this on the track and see what happens. Okay then, let's turn on the power. So that's not actually running too bad at all. It was a wee bit sticky to begin with, but once I gave it a few laps at speed, it seemed to loosen up and its slow running improved. So I think this just needs a good service. So we'll back it into the shed and get it off to the bench. So thank you very much to Toby for sending me this very generous donation. Thank you very, very much. So let's get a look at this. Very nice looking model. This has been weathered. I'm not a fan of weathering, as I've said before, but I don't mind it too much when it's just very subtly done like this. And it's this is how it's meant to be. It's not someone's taken an airbrush to it. So yeah, it's very nice. This is the Dornoch Firth. Dornoch is a place up in northeast Scotland. It's a nice part of the world. I've been up there a couple of times. It's not as picturesque as the West Coast and some of the more typically Scottish places, but it's a nice part of the world, Dornoch. Right, okay, I'm guessing this needs a bit of a service and a clean up. It's made in China. We've got pickups on all the wheels, but they're sensible pickups, so that's not too bad. The wheels need a good clean. Let's have a look at this Ringfield motor. Oh, Haven't seen those gears before, big grey ones. But I'm guessing this is a very late Ringfield. Let me know in the comments when Hornby stopped using Ringfield motors. I dare say I could Google it. But it must have been round about this time, I would have thought. So I think we'll do the usual business. We'll take this apart, clean it, and we'll open this up, clean the pickups, clean the wheels, give it all some fresh oil, and I'm sure it'll be fine. The body's a wee bit loose. I think there's a piece of plastic broken there. That's supposed to have been a clip. It's not clipping into anything. Yeah, so I might have to get the milli putt out. In the detail pack there's a couple of drivers, so I think we'll paint them up and get them in. And we've got the headboard that we'll stick on with a wee spot of black tack. Right, Ringfield motor. Can almost do this with my eyes shut now, but this is a slightly different one. There's more wires in this, so I'm guessing this has slightly different pickup configuration than usual. Oh, what's going on here? So we've got wiper pickups on this little thing here, which is just daft because you've got traction tyres on those wheels. Now I know some people say, oh, but you get pickup through the flanges. The flanges are not always touching the track, and if it's not always touching the track, it's pointless having pickups on it. Yeah, it'll help it a wee bit, but you're still going to have issues. All this does is make it more fiddly to work on. I'd much rather just the more traditional pickup from the wheels on this side and get everything else from the locomotive. Out it comes. Jings. Undo that. That should reveal this brush and spring. There's the spring. Brush will come out in a minute. Gets that out of the way. There's the other spring. There's the brushes, which are in absolutely pristine condition. We shall undo these little clips at the back. Little clips on the inside, and that'll just come off. Commutator's relatively clean, so this is I think this is possibly the best condition Ringfield I've seen, but then it's probably the newest. Right, release this clip. Yeah, and these gears are different. They're a bit bigger, I think. All look to be in okay condition. I'll get them cleaned up. That axle seems a bit stiff. They both seem a bit stiff. Yeah, what's the wheel spacing here? 13.5. 13.6. I really wish I had a little wheel puller for getting these wheels off without damaging them. There we go. Yeah, all of it sticky. We'll give this a bit of a clean up. There's a lot of congealed grease on this side, and we'll sort the commutator. We'll give it a wee scoosh. Just get some T-cut on the commutator as usual. Give it a scoosh. Scoosh out these axle shafts. Give that scoosh out. A bit of congealed grease. I don't think these need filed at all. They seem to be nice and smooth, which is good to see. Just give these wiper pickups a bit of a clean. Pump that back on. A little bit of fresh oil on the axles. And we shall give these a squeeze in the vise. Okay. I don't think this locomotive has seen an awful lot of action, to be honest. Either that or it's been very well looked after and well serviced, because these brushes look pretty much brand new. I'll screw these back on loosely just now. Try and get the springs in there. Alrighty ho. So I'll get some grease on the spindles. Okay, does this spin with a battery? Yes indeedy. Get some oil into the bearing there. And there. Too many wires for a Ringfield motor for my liking in this. I've only gone and forgot to put these wheels on. Why didn't anybody tell me? Okie dokie. Right, okay, pop that back on. Right, oh, that's that done. So that comes out, and this should just lift out. Nice and easy. All looks fine, really. I think really we're just going to clean the wheels on this. There's quite a lot of static grass. Static grass does get everywhere. See what access we've got to the axles to get some clean lubrication in there. That comes, let's take this rear bogie off. Try and get that out the road just now. Means the pickup's falling out, that's okay. Right, yeah, we'll give these a wee bit of a scoosh and a clean and some fresh oil. This doesn't pick up current through the chassis, so we don't need to worry about ensuring a good connection between the axles and the chassis. It's all done through the pickups, so as long as these axles are clean and free moving, that should be fine. Get some fresh oil in. Okay, put that back on, and then the pickups. And whatever you do, don't over tighten underplate screws, just until the screw stops. That'll do it. Get some oil on all the linkages because it's all very dry. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use a rotary tool because they really are absolutely clean. The wheels on this thing were incredibly dirty. Right, okay, I think we're just about done. Oh, what's going on here? Jiggery faffery. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What's the story? Big blob of blue tack. Don't know. Maybe we'll find out. I was forgetting. We've got a brake here. So I need to fill that up to make a little slot. Otherwise that body's always going to be loose. Right, we'll get some milliput. What have I done with it? Where's my milliput? There's. So yeah, it looks like somebody's been in here a few times. It's in okay condition. I mean, considering this is what, 19 years old. Right, squish that into there. Slice away what we don't need. Making sure we're leaving that little slot open. So that's going to need a good few hours to set, so I will leave it overnight and we'll come back to it tomorrow. I'm off for my dinner. pie and chips and a pint. Okay, so next day, milliput nice and hard. We'll get it filed down and see if we can get the body to fit properly. Okay, I can see that milliput's actually starting to work loose. Yep, out it comes. Right, we'll super glue it in. Right, let's try popping this in now. There we go, I think that'll do it. Okay, I've got the crew painted up, so we'll get some black tack, stick them in. Thinking we have to cut this guy's feet off. There we go, crew in. So very last thing to do is to fit this wee headboard. I've just put some black tack on it, and that should fit on there, like so. Right, okay. Do you know, I'm going to make a wee adjustment to a couple of these rods because this one here is so close. It's actually rubbing against the crank pin on this wheel. To be honest, this needs a wider spacer on this middle crank pin. Everything's far too loose. I think if we just give that a wee bend, I'll just allow a bit of clearance. But yeah, this rod here is far too loose. I don't have any little spacers I could put on. Right, okay, let's go and pull this out of the shed and see how it goes round the layout. Okay then, here comes the Dornoch Firth. Okay, so that's the Dornoch Firth. It's a bit of a noisy one. It actually sounds like the old Fleischmann or Silver Seal Ringfield motor. It's got a pretty bad whine. That might go away with a bit of running, but I think I'll have another look at this. It's just too loud for my liking, and also it's got a bit of a wobble. The rods and drive wheels on this thing have way too much play on them, which I think is the cause of the wobbling. I think it's fair to say that Hornby's quality when they were producing these models was a bit iffy. It could really do with additional spacers on the middle crank pin to stop the rods moving about so much. That might stop the wheels moving about so much and just make the thing a bit more stable and not wobble so much. So I'll have another look at it and I'll let you know if I can get it to run quieter and stop it wobbling. Off camera, I shimmed the middle wheels on the tender as there was so much play in them. The middle wheel was actually dropping on the inside of the rail when it was going around the curves. The outside wheel on the curve was dropping on the inside of the rail. That was giving it a nasty case of the jitters. It'd be far better if these wheels were fixed, but were flangeless. Just far too much play in them. I fitted magnetic couplings to the coaches so I can use them with my main line maroons. I need to fit magnetics to my intercity coaches as well. The pack of wheels that came with this don't actually fit very well. I'd maybe need to drill out the bogie frames and fit top hat bearings, which is a bit of a faff. So again, we'll maybe come back to that. So yeah, thanks very, very much to Toby for sending me this as a donation. I really do appreciate it. What else can I say? But look, I've no more room, folks. I simply cannot take any more donations. As much as I would like to, I simply don't have the room. If you've got spare old junk locos or boxes of spares or whatever, yeah, I'm still absolutely interested in taking them because that helps me do the repairs and helps the channel and helps everybody else. But and I can always find a space to stick a box somewhere. But keeping lots of locomotives and an increasing amount of rolling stock, I'm just out of room just now. So maybe at some point in the future I'll have capacity again. But right now I can't take any more, I'm afraid. But thank you very, very much to everyone who sent me stuff. I really do appreciate it. So next up will be a repair, I think, or possibly a wee layout update. We shall see. Anyway, Dornoch Firth once out again. I'll catch you later, folks.